Millions and millions of years ago, the Earth's waters were home to many sea creatures. From the largest to the fiercest, from sharks to reptiles, sea monsters' discovery shows how ecosystems can bounce back from even the most extreme events. So we are giving you a list of the top 20 largest prehistoric sea monsters. Number 20. Helicoprion reninae. Also known as the sea scorpion, this animal came from the early Devonian of 400 million years ago and probably lived and hunted in freshwater systems rather than in the sea. Majority of the earlier ones were indeed sea creatures, but later genera had moved into rivers and estuaries. They are presumed to have been fearsome predators with large grasping pincers that may have entrapped early vertebrates and various shelled animals. Calculated to be a massive 8.5 feet, it is best known from the rocks of Rhineland in Germany and was unfortunately wiped out at the end of the Paleozoic about 252 million years ago. Number 19. Godzilla Sharp. The name is given because of several reasons, like the dorsal fin spines resembles that of Godzilla, and like Godzilla, it has broad, short and sharp teeth, rather than long needle-like teeth seen in other sharks of that same time period. Its body was found to be largely covered by coarse dermal denticles, giving it almost a reptilian feel when you look at the fossil. Lastly, compared to the rest of the fishes and other creatures found at the locality, it is huge, measuring about 7 to 9 feet and dates to 300 million years ago and was reported to have lived for at least 130 million years. Number 18. Norceress. This is a marine reptile found as fossils from the Triassic period, which is 251 million years to 200 million years ago in southwestern and eastern Asia, North Africa, and especially Europe. It is characterized by a slender body, long neck and tail, and long limbs. It measures about 13 feet long and weighs about 70 to 90 kgs. Because it bears a superficial resemblance to modern seals, paleontologists speculate that it may have spent at least some of its time on land. Evidenced by the two nostrils on the top end of its snout, it is clear that this creature breathed air. Number 17. Dacosaurus. The name means daring lizard. Lived approximately 150 million to 130 million years ago from the late Jurassic period through the early Cretaceous period in North and South America and Eurasia. Characterized by a dinosaur-like head and primitive rear flippers, one of the most interesting facts about Dacosaurus is that it was probably fairly slow in the water, though it was clearly just speedy enough to prey on its fellow marine reptiles, not to mention assorted fish and squids. Paleontologists believe this prehistoric crocodile was approximately 16 feet and weighed around 900 kgs to a ton. Number 16. Tanystropheus. It is found in the deposits in Europe, the Middle East and China. This semi-aquatic reptile had a neck twice as long as the rest of its body. Surprisingly, its neck was supported by only a dozen extremely elongated vertebrae. Its other distinguished features include its webbed hind feet and quadrupedal posture. It was known to have lived during the Triassic period of geologic time, some 240 million years ago, and was reported to have been 20 feet in length and weighed around 90 kgs. An interesting fact is that, like some lizards alive today, its tail could detach if seized by a predator to allow an escape, and it would then regrow. Number 15. Leoceratops. The name means smooth-sided teeth. It was an apex predator of the Jurassic seas, growing up to 25 feet in length and with a skull and jaws taking up to 1/5 of the total length of the animal, and it had a powerful bite. The 20-centimeter teeth burrowed deep into the jaws further reinforced this idea. The nostrils are very interesting in that the arrangement suggests a directional sense of smell, which enables the creature to find its prey while still well out of visual range, probably even sensing the blood of fresh kills from other predators like sharks can do today. Number 14. Thalattoarchon saurophagus. Tagged as the lizard-eating ruler of the seas, this creature was found to measure 28 feet long and lived about 244 million years ago during the Triassic period. It was known to have lived only about 5 million years after the worst mass extinction the world has ever seen. Its head was twice as large as its body, but the teeth of a Thalattoarchan are an exception, measuring about 4 inches tall, with a 2-inch crown. The largest tooth is blade-like, compressed from side to side, and bearing 2 cutting surfaces. Hence, they were supremely adapted to slicing through the flesh and muscle of other marine reptiles. Number 13. Dunkleosteus. This creature was a fish that lived during the Devonian period when vertebrates were only just starting to live on the land. It was the largest predator and one of the fiercest creatures alive in the period, which was also known as the Age of Fishes, and ruled the subtropical waters. With a size of 33 feet and weighing over a ton, this Arthrodire fish was capable of chopping prehistoric sharks into chunks. Living around 360 million years ago, these fishes had thick, bony plates covering their skulls, and the armored headgear of the largest Dunkleosteus fossils are positively nightmarish. Number 12. Kronosaurus. The name means Kronos lizard and was named after the Greek titan Kronos. It is a short-necked marine reptile. It is known to have grown up to 36 feet in length, and its skull alone is nearly 2 meters long. Its jaws contains rows of large conical teeth, the biggest of which are nearly 30 centimeters long. It was known to be a fierce predator since remains of its stomach contents found in northwest Queensland indicate it fed on turtles and other smaller marine reptiles known as Plesiosaurs. It possibly ate giant squid, which are also found as fossils in the Great Artesian Basin. Number 11. Helicoprion. This creature lived in the Artinskian of the Permian through the Carnian of the Triassic period. It is one of the stranger sharks in the fossil record, although at the time the Helicoprion that swam the oceans there were actually many sharks that did not conform to the standard form that we know today. Its most distinguishing feature is its weird-shaped jaw with whorls of teeth that spirals down its mouth. How it used its whirl has also been another matter of debate, with a variety of theories ranging from the whirl being used as a lash against fish to a rasp that cut its way through the shells of ammonites with a sawing motion. This creature was known to be a massive 39 feet. Number 10. Plesiosaurus. Plesiosaurus was a plesiosaur, a type of marine reptile. It was not a dinosaur, though it coexisted with many. It was found to have existed 189.6 million years ago. Most of them are 40 feet long, with skulls approximately 6 feet long. It existed from the Cambrian to the Tithonian of the Jurassic period. They are hunters of other marine reptiles. Such prey preference is indicated by the large teeth as much as 30 centimeters long and jaws which would have been okay on small prey-like fish but devastating against large prey. Its habitat were the shores of Western Europe. Number 9. Elasmosaurus. It was one of the largest plesiosaurs that ever lived. It lived in North America during the late Cretaceous period. It had the longest neck of any plesiosaur yet identified, about half the length of its entire body, which was supported by a whopping 71 vertebrae. But given the enormous weight and size of its neck, it was incapable of holding anything more than its tiny head above the water. It existed from 93.9 million years ago to 70.6 million years and was calculated to be 46 feet long. It was a carnivorous hunter which used its long neck to get close to its prey without them noticing. A swift flick on the neck could catch them unaware, but its small head limited the size of what it could eat. Number 8. Leviathan Murli. This is a giant sperm whale which is 57 feet in length. The skull and the lower jaws are giant and massive. The skull is beautifully adapted to capture large, powerful prey. The snout was short and wide, allowing it to bite more strongly with its front teeth and resist the struggles of its prey. Most sperm whales feed through suction, relying on a rush of water to carry its prey into the open mouth. This whale's mouth was full of huge teeth, the largest of which were a foot long and around 4 inches wide. This was no suction feeder. It existed approximately 12 to 13 million years ago. Number 7. Mosasaurus. Standing 9 feet tall and 59 feet long, this apex predator of the prehistoric deep can feast on all manner of ocean life. Their double-hinged jaws open wide for any prey, including Prehistoric and great white sharks. They are not actually dinosaurs but in fact marine reptiles and are more closely related to modern-day lizards. It lived in the Cretaceous period and inhabited Europe and North America. It was found that Mosasaurus may have given birth to live young in the water and may even have given their offspring some parental protection. Number 6. Spinosaurus. The name means spine lizard, an appropriate descriptor as the dinosaur had a very long spine growing on its back to form what is referred to as a sail. It had an elongated skull, spear-like teeth with the location of the nostrils on the snout. With 60 feet in length, this creature was also known as the giant swimming dinosaur. Researchers reported that this may have also been the first dinosaur to take to the water. Swimming in North Africa's rivers some 97 million years ago, it lived during part of the Cretaceous period about 112 million to 97 million years ago. Number 5. Mauisaurus. It existed from 85.8 million years ago to the Maastrichtian age and reproduced by live birth. It was about 42 to 65 feet in length and was the largest plesiosaur and perhaps the largest marine reptile in New Zealand waters at the time. It was a carnivore with sharp jagged teeth that would have been used to grip fish or squid. It gets its name from the New Zealand Maori mythological demigod Maui. Maui is said to have pulled New Zealand up from the seabed using a fishhook, thus creating the country. Thus, Mauisaurus means Maui reptile. Number 4. Sealosaurus. Sealosaurus was also called Zeuglodon and was found in Middle and Late Eocene rocks in North America and Northern Africa and was found to have existed from 55.8 million to 33.9 million years ago. It attained a length of about 67 feet, with the skull alone as much as 5 feet long. Its name meaning king lizard, but people also call it the king of lizards because of its humongous size. Yet, it wasn't a lizard at all. It was a strange apex predatory whale with a long snake-like body. It was the largest meat eater in its time. Number 3. Shastasourus existed in the Carnian to Norian of the Triassic period and was calculated to be 69 feet long and weighed about 75 tons. It is a very different type of ichthyosaur. It lacks a dorsal fin and its skull bore an unusually short toothless snout compared to the long-toothed dolphin-like snouts of most ichthyosaurs. The snout strangely indicates that it was a suction feeder. Juvenile Shastasaurus completely lacked teeth. The snout was highly compressed via a unique arrangement of skull bones. Number 2. Megalodon. The name means giant tooth because its teeth can grow up to 18 centimeters long. It was at the top of the predator food chain which fed on other big marine mammals like whales and dolphins and is a member of an extinct species of megatooth shark that is considered to be the largest shark as well as the largest fish that ever lived. It was found to have existed from the early Miocene epoch, which began 23 million years ago, to the end of the Pliocene epoch, which is about 2.6 million years ago. Estimates suggest it grew to between 60 to 70 feet in length. Number 1. Ichthyosaurus. The name means fish lizard. It is a distant relative of snakes and lizards. It is highly specialized aquatic reptiles and are not dinosaurs. They were most abundant in the Jurassic and Triassic periods. Researchers recently estimated it to be 85 feet long, almost as big as a blue whale. Its body shape was similar to that of a dolphin because the body was streamlined with no distinct neck present, and the head blended smoothly into the body. It is also known to have the largest eyes of all vertebrates, and some later species had the highest number of fingers, 9 to 10 in one hand. That's it guys. Thank you for watching. Do support our channel by hitting like and subscribe.